Was used to influence youth through pop culture and during the Vietnam War in the 1950s.
War by Edwin Starr, he states that war is not good for anything. And then, within the younger generation, induction and destruction. The youth was raised with war going on, and they had to learn to adapt to all of the destruction.
As they aged, pop culture was more introduced to the youth, and they were allowed more freedom, so they began yes. No.
Just stop it.
You got it?
Go.
Did you delete the last one?
No, go!
As they aged, pop culture was more introduced to the youth, and they were allowed more freedom, so they began protests about the war and the damage that
Oh, no! Go.
As they aged, pop culture was more introduced to the youth, and they were allowed more freedom, so they began protests about the war and the damage that it has caused, and how people were becoming more involved. Music is used to influence youth through singing, TV shows, and can also be bad influence with songs about drugs and sex.
The youth today gain their voices on TV shows like America's Got Talent, American Idol, The Voice. They are given the chance to prove their strengths through the music. They pick famous songs for tryouts, and then they are given the opportunity to create their own songs. This allows for youth and children to have more freedom with what they want to do and when.
Today's youth is brought up with songs that encourage drugs and sex. They talk about getting high and how that's all that matters. In other songs, women are referred to as shorty and how they are not there for anything more than sex. This is a way of how music can also negatively influence youth.
So, Miss Rennan, what is your opinion on music and youth, right?
Influencing.
Influencing.
No, we gotta redo that.
What is your opinion on how music influences youth?
I don't know how I'm gonna cut.
What's your opinion on how music influences youth today?
Well, I think music influences youth in a positive and negative way. I would say the negative way would be the use of the language. Students try to copy that use of language. Also, sometimes copy some inappropriate dance moves, and also just some of the suggestive sayings in music. I guess the positive ways would be to encourage students to create music, make music, move to the music.
Music influence youth today, in your opinion?
I think it makes bad language normal.
Think music influence youth?
I think every youth is an individual, and so it depends on that youth. Some of the youth take it to heart and will take the music and follow through and what the music is saying, and follow through and do what the music is saying, where others just listen to the music and just enjoy the beat or the sound of it, and others will actually follow through with some of it. I think every youth is an individual and focus on it differently.
On how music influences youth today.
I think music definitely influences youth today. More than the type of music, I find that I believe the language used within music today tends to influence the youth today more than anything else. A lot of derogatory language that I hear in songs I think has a way of making its way into society, but I think how seriously students are able to edit that for their own lives depends on the individual.
Opinion on how music influences youth today.
I think music positively influences youth because it gives them an outlet as well as inspires them to do more with their